Welcome to The Lost Signals Discusses Film and TV. Using the revolutionary Manzur-Amosi Thurlow scale,
or MONS,
we scrupulously review these art forms with an emphasis on narrative structure. Join us for another entertaining episode.
Hello, and welcome to the Lost Signals Reviews TV and Film. We have a special interview tonight with Randy Rock and Erik Oblivion. These two gentlemen were co-producers and did various bits of production on I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. I'm Chris Morgan. I'm here with Stephen Hermosi.
Hey, everybody out there. And hello, Randy and Erik. What's going on?
How's it going, guys?
Welcome, gentlemen. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Okay. Well, we were talking precast about I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, and let me offer congratulations to you. And of course, we always offered it to Mike. You guys have been accepted into multiple film festivals, and one of them you ran the gamut on. I think you have 6 nominations.
6.
I
think we got everything that we, or at least got nominated for every category that wasn't short film.
Did you guys take any of those home?
Huh?
Take any hardware home other than that one?
No.
I know you guys. Well, I know you guys won at the NJ HorrorCon that we were at, where we met Mike.
I tried to be, but money was an issue.
Yeah, I can see that. That's fine. It
was a shitty weekend too. I mean, you know,
it's snowing and.
That's what everybody just bitched about it to me. They're like, just trust me, you're glad you weren't there. I'm like, not really. But,
no, actually, it was a really good time until you went outside.
Yeah.
Which would be never. So yeah.
There you
go. So let's start out by what specifically? I know you guys wore many hats because like at this level, you know, until you can hire, you got union and millions of dollars. Everybody's got to wear a lot of hats. Randy, I know you worked on some lighting. Erik, I know you provided some music. And why don't you just tell us a little bit of all the little hats you wore? And why aren't they in the studio?
Go. Maybe they were big hats, man. You don't know what the size of their hat was.
Do you have any of the hats in the studio?
Yeah. Well, I was producer on it and did the soundtrack and provided a lot of emotional support to Mike throughout the whole thing. There from we were living together when he was writing it, and began pre-production on it. So I kind of saw the entire project from inception to finish. There, did that. Really just helped out whenever I could on set. If we needed someone to do something, I hopped in and did it. This is kind of how these things kind of go sometimes.
Mm.
That and then but mostly I know Mike really wanted my music to be in it because I've scored a lot of his films in the past, so we had a working relationship there, and so that was pretty much it, music. And then I just wound up with the producer credit because I was there doing things.
Yeah.
And the moral support, yes,
that's very important.
Most every acceptance speech, I think. So.
Hmm.
Spent a lot of late nights discussing aspects of the story and this and that, just kind of spitballing ideas back and forth.
Nice. How many other projects have you worked with Mike on?
0 for me. I just met all these guys, so I'm like the weird.
You're the new guy.
I'm like, out of frame.
You're out of frame guy.
I came in like how long in a year? In a year and a half. I think we're about a year and a half into filming. Yeah. So Mr. Rock graced us with his presence. Skills. I met the DP Dylan, and then I was hanging out with him, and he asked me. I got a new prototype light from Blind Spot. So he invited me anyways to come try it. Their Scorpion light, and so I went and did that. And then I got like a nice little letter from Mike at the end of the day that I think he typed out or some shit, or like the next time, I don't know, but it was like
hey, I really like appreciate the effort, and I'd like to have you back on set. And I was like, oh, that's the nicest thing ever. But then I realized like a couple hours later, he gives them to everybody. But I didn't know that, so I was like, oh, I'm a valuable member. Okay, all right. So I pitched in too because I have I have a lot of gear. So I think at that point, I don't know if you guys were paying for gear or what.
No, he was using my Canon camera.
Oh, okay. I just brought in some shit that wasn't there, like gimbals and like motorized sliders, like dumb shit. Not dumb shit to me, but you know, extra bells and whistles and shit.
Nice.
Yeah. To answer your question before, I think there's about 4 projects I worked on with Mike.
Yeah.
And this is going back way to backyard, just fucking around with cameras, having a good time stuff, just doing whatever. We met actually on the MySpace Filmmaker forum board thing, if that dates this anywhere.
Yeah,
In the early days of MySpace.
Were you guys friends with Tom?
Everyone was friends with Tom.
You had to be friends with Tom, didn't you?
Tom was a great guy. He's still my best friend. I don't know what happened to him, though.
He's a billionaire on a goddamn island that he owns, I think.
That guy blocked me. He's a dick.
I think he's a photographer, though, now.
Yeah.
Really?
In real life, but
Weird. Anyway, sorry.
All right, fuck him.
That's an aside.
Continue your story.
enough about Tom. Let's get back to us.
Yeah.
So you met. Okay. So MySpace film board.
Yeah. He was.
You just mentioned my friend Lawrence.
Oh yeah, that was some other stuff we did.
That was one of the first things I saw that you were involved in with Mike. So that was just so you know, that was my first impression of this is Eric's project.
Yeah, that was a short film we made where Mike was naked with a piece of meat throughout most of the thing. There's some
he's just stroking it the whole time.
Yeah, and it's sucking his blood, and he gives a little monologue about how it's his best friend, and yeah, it's bizarre. It was just a weird idea we came up with one day. We were working together at a pizza shop, and we would just shoot shit and come up with weird ideas all through our shift, and then go home because we were living together at the time as well, and then just shoot weird films whatever we could, just fuck around, have fun.
That's great. Is that floating around somewhere?
Yeah, that's on, I believe,
it's on
his
the Real Splatter.
his YouTube page. It's called My Friend Lawrence.
We gotta put a link up for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So you get to see.
It's funny as hell, and especially because I took it watching it the first time. I didn't ask for any context or anything, so I just took it. Okay, this is the last serious short they did.
Well, there was literally no context to it. It was just random weird ideas we had. If people watched it, and this is exactly what we wanted to happen, because they're like, wow, so deep. What are the meanings? We were trying to analyze it, but in the end, we just really wanted to,
it's like a raw piece of steak that he's just,
naked
stroking.
with some meat. Why not? It's funny. That's good cinema, right?
Lots of, gross noise. The noise that I can't handle it.
I love
I did the soundtrack to that as well.
And the sound.
So wait, he was stroking his meat, not beating his meat?
What's that?
He was stroking his meat, not beating his meat?
Sounds like he was very tender with his meat, Chris.
No, he loved his meat. He didn't beat it. Very tender, very loving stroking.
No, but I love the music too because it's it takes a serious tone. But the monologue does not. So that really fucked with me even more, because of the music then. So I was like, okay, these guys are the worst fucking filmmakers I ever met. This is when I first met them, and then it was or this is a joke. I'm gonna lean towards a joke based on everything else I've seen, but I was like,
or it's fucking genius, and that's
genius. I like that.
It's art,
right?
A heartwarming tale. Yeah, check it out. It's good cinema.
We'll have to, we'll definitely link that.
You're Pennsylvania's Von Trier's.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that's one thing we've been called. Among many.
Nice.
So how did you guys get started in film?
You want to start or you want me to start?
I'll take that bullet. I've just done it as long as I can remember. There's always cameras and stuff around my house, giant old JVC VHS shoulder rigs and everything. Mm-hmm. You know, the dad cameras for special occasions, and as I can remember, I would just make weird little shorts wherever I could, you know, play with my toys, and we would, just do like comedy sketches, go around and like fuck with people and film it, commit petty, you know, crimes and film them downtown.
What's the statute of limitations on that?
Well, I mean, you said it'd be blurred out, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're all going to be blurred out for sure, definitely.
Don't worry about it. We'll change your voice in post too. Trust us.
That, and then, it just kind of evolved, and I got more into it. I say I learned most about my knowledge of film from DVD commentaries, just watching them obsessively as like a teenager, and I was just obsessed with, you know, the process behind it, and I always had ideas. I was always like writing stories and wanted to. I just thought cinema was the ultimate art form for me, at least, because it combines everything I like of like the visuals and the storytelling, and then music too, because I enjoyed doing, you know, music and playing around like that. So
I could tie in right there, because that's exactly where I ended up realizing, like, okay, film's the way to go, because I already had the audio background and the visual background, but I wasn't putting it all together yet. And I was already shooting that. Sorry, I didn't want to end your question.
Oh no, yeah, but then I went on through school, and I did a bunch of projects and everything, and really started enjoying it. You know, for like high school, we got a lot of trouble. I actually wound up getting kicked out of high school because I had a website. This is like an Angel Fire website. If I want to keep like dating myself with archaic like internet platforms.
Yeah, well, you weren't down with the GeoCities. I get you.
I did GeoCities.
So did I.
Yeah, I was an Angel Fire boy. I like that 20 megs of space I got.
Yeah,
man. It has some serious MOV files on there.
Lots of GIFs.
I wound up. I had that, and I had a video of me doing like special effects with all my buddies. Which wasn't Mike at the time, actually, but we were in my backyard just fucking around, and we had like some toy guns. We were shooting each other, and I had built some squibs out of like condoms and fake blood I'd whipped up. We were just trying to do some special effects. And my high school wound up seeing that somehow, because they were just spying on me, I guess. And didn't take too kindly to that, even though the guns in the video were, you know, they said like replica on them and everything. They were obviously toys. And there's nothing like malicious.
You said
or,
they
like,
even had the orange things.
Yeah, it was completely.
So that's like
kids.
Legal.
That's so
kids
weird.
Playing around, being creative.
Yeah.
And that just turned into a shit show.
No.
I wound up having to leave, and then I realized that high school was a joke. Not that anyone should do as I say, but I was in college actually before my graduating class graduated.
Nice.
And then that was school for journalism a little bit, and then I moved to film school. I did that for a little bit, and then here I am, I guess.
Yeah. Hey,
that was, I guess, a long version of how I got into film.
I'll try to keep mine short. That probably won't be. But I don't know. I always started out videotaping. Like I used to skateboard and shit, so I'd make demo reels for the sponsorships. So I was doing that for a while, and then Birdhouse came out with this. Birdhouse came out with a skate video called The End, which is like still one of my favorite, I'll just say, films of all time, because it's like a skate video, but they shot it all in 16 millimeter, which I was like, who cares? You know, back then, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't care. So, but I watched it, and I noticed, like, I was like, this has I couldn't figure it out. It was the look, really. But, like, I was like, what is it that makes me love, like, every fucking second of this video compared to every other skate video? So that drove me nuts for a while, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then, came to that conclusion of about, like, well, I'm doing audio stuff. I'm tired of playing in bands. I already know how to, like, operate a camera, so I heard the quote, you know, audio is half of video, and then pretty much it. So, I was like, well, that makes sense. Half that done, half that covered for, like, you know, a bunch of experience, and then, Yeah. So I graduated in 2013 from Full Sail. I graduated with like a shit. I mean, you can edit this, but like too many awards. Honestly, they gave me too many fucking awards. I had
too many.
Fuck these awards. Take them back.
I turned one away because I got valedictorian. I was a mentor, a tutor. I got 9 course director awards, and my GPA was a 4 point fucking through the roof. And like, but there was also, besides valedictorian, which like everyone knew, they were like, "Fuck you, asshole!" Like, because I failed out like 70% of my lighting class because the class was so they're
boring.
I don't know. They weren't picking it up well, so they decided to grade on a curve of the highest scoring test. Unfortunately, I got 100 like every one of my assignments, so everyone hated me. But they all got kicked out of school, so that's cool. Just weed out the weak ones early. But I don't know. What the fuck am I saying now?
And that's how you got into film.
Oh, I was just saying about the one award was like the fucking whatever they called it, but it was like the top, pick of the top of the class, best effort,
pick of the litter,
pick of the fucking litter or whatever.
It was a college participation,
and but they were like, oh well, they knew me pretty well by then, the teachers,
right?
So I would like talk to them a lot, and I used to drink back then too much while I talked to teachers and stuff like that. So that's all done. But anyways, fuck, what was I saying?
How you got into film?
Where was I going with that? Fuck.
I will say, one point I remember definitely realizing when I wanted to do film was when I first saw George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. When that's the first movie I saw. I remember they made me watch it when I was a little kid. I don't remember. I didn't even want to watch it for some reason. My mom told me, you have to watch this movie.
That's why I didn't want to watch it.
8 maybe, real young.
Mm.
But I watched it, but at the very end, when they kill Ben, and I realized you can just kill a fucking main character in the movie and just cut.
Yeah, seriously.
Blows your fucking mind.
I was like, oh my god, I want to fuck with audiences. I want to just do this like you can. Because up until that point, I'd seen like Disney movies and, shitty movies they make little kids watch, or just, cookie cutter bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's something too.
I saw that and just
the manipulation of audiences is a big attractant for me to film too. Like I kind of hate to admit it, but it definitely is because I mean, I have I'm like 2 classes away from my bachelor's in psychology, but I took a lot of advanced social psychology. And that really just broke down a lot of advertising and like the completely like obvious bullshit. And once they broke that apart, like nothing ever looked the same again. And then it seems like I keep running into shit that was pointing me back towards film, but I couldn't fucking figure it out. And then one day I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Florida. Bye. I finished school that semester here, got on the train, and was in Florida the next day, that morning, early in the fucking morning at Full Sail for 16 hours for class. Yay.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a couple of different I had a couple of different film schools I could have gone to, but I went with the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, just because it was Pittsburgh and the George Romero connection.
Mm.
So I thought I could go there and hang out with him a little, maybe, sniff around, see where he's at.
How'd that go? Did you ever hang out with him?
I saw him around a few times.
Yeah.
But, not too much, really. Tom Savini was around a lot, too, but he had a separate, effects school there, and I knew a lot of kids that went there and hung out with them. But he didn't show up there too much, either. He kind of just did, the keynotes and everything and left, as far as I understood.
Mm.
But yeah, I switched online halfway through because I realized I got to a certain point on campus where it's they didn't have an online option for digital cinematography at the time or for film. I was in the film program on campus, and then basically I realized that is the rest of it is they're teaching you the LA way. The rest of the way that I had to go there, and
right.
because he was saying about slideshows. We'd have slideshows in like class, and then I realized like, okay, but these are the same things I review at home, so I don't need to be at the class. And I'm past all the lighting labs that I give a shit about. I was like, and I get an FS100. It was the $10,000 camera at the time, and I own my 15th one now up there. It's $500. I just bought it. What the fuck was I saying? There we go. I mentioned the camera model. It's out the window. But
I did achieve some of my dreams in Pittsburgh when I shot in a cemetery from Night of the Living Dead, and then in the Monroeville Mall from Dawn of the Dead.
Awesome. Nice.
And I couldn't get in the underground storage facility they shot Day of the Dead in, but that's still on my bucket list.
I say you go back and
the salt mines.
The salt mine. I think there's like a fungus. I think it's a storage facility now, I believe.
Yeah, but I think at least part of it was a salt mine because that's where the part of the reason that Christ, I can't remember his name. The helicopter pilot.
My boy. No.
Day of the Dead, where he was talking about, we got all your favorite, we got the negatives to all your favorite movies and reports and everything. Because I know they filmed part of that in the salt mine because all that shit was down there. They keep things in the salt mine to keep them protected from moisture and shit like that.
And zombies.
You
gotta keep them protected from zombies.
Gotta protect the zombies.
How far was that from Pittsburgh? That's
the mines, I'm not too sure. Like I said, that was the one location I didn't get to yet.
Yeah.
I know the mall was maybe about 20 minutes outside in Monroeville. And the cemetery was pretty close, yeah.
Nice.
Or exactly where, it was a long time ago.
It must be different because, can you imagine, like, what is it, 40, 50 years of buildup of houses and so forth. So I'm assuming, like, all this stuff doesn't look nearly as isolated as it did back then.
I thought you were going to say 40, 50 years of buildup of dead people
well, that's
in the cemetery.
It's completely different. That doesn't look anything, obviously, like it did in the movie, and that was a shame. They have a little plaque hidden somewhere with, like a mural when you walk in with a zombie, like, off in the background somewhere.
Is this at the cemetery or at the Monroeville Mall?
The Monroeville Mall.
Oh, I thought you meant the cemetery. It's like,
the cemetery would be amazing.
They have a zombie plaque in a cemetery.
That'd be rad. I'd love that.
That'd be amazing.
I think they're cool enough.
Yeah.
Or have a or have a statue of the one zombie, the cemetery zombie at the beginning. Just kind of hanging out in the hill for all eternity. Randy, when you were at school, you said, I remember you telling me you had one of your teachers worked with William Friedkin.
Yeah, one of my, I had two lighting teachers, Rob and Bob. They're both named Bob. So, but it was Bob Perry and Robert Toscani. But, Bob Perry, I don't know. They didn't, brag about the shit. So you just kind of heard it as they would explain through theory and stuff. And I kept hearing my one teacher, my favorite movie ever is The Exorcist, by the way. That pretty much ruined all other horrors for me. I stopped watching horrors once I saw that. I was like, I'm done. Can't be done better. But anyways, sorry. So, yeah. He kept mentioning, Billy would yell out this, and Billy would call for this, or he'd call for a double strim on that light. And, I just blurted out in class. I was like, are you talking about William fucking Friedkin, asshole? I was so fucking mad. Because he's like, yeah, why? That was his response. And I was like, can I go home? I don't remember the rest of the day. I just was pissed. And then I realized, I'm going to pick that guy's brain to death while I'm in Florida. And I still do. And, it's cool because I still talk to him and all my teachers. And, because I didn't know if you know, but it's one cool thing with Full Sail that I like is, as long as you passed a class, you can always go back, and you graduated, you can always go back. I think you have to have an A or a B or something. But you can always go back and retake a class. So say, editing, major technology happens, you go away from editing for 7 years, you want to catch back up, you can take the class for free as long as it's not full.
That's really cool.
So, that's cool. Like I'm not trying to make like a Full Sail pitch.
Everybody go to Full Sail.
I didn't know that when I signed up, but I feel like that had some.
The check is on the way. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
we're gonna put the logo up above your head right as you say that on the video.
we're gonna release this on Wednesday. We're gonna release this on Wednesday, so between now and like Monday, if you can get Full Sail, see if they want to sponsor this. You know, that might
see if they give some money.
I could. I got them. I can talk to them. Well, I did my first short film. They put that up. Yeah. And I had the teacher like we talked about yesterday, but I had my one teacher, Bob, that worked with Friedkin a lot. I called him and did a phone and like recorded it to do like a 40-minute his review of White Doomsday, and he just like shredded it apart. But that's what he's good at, and that's what I expected.
Yeah.
And nothing he said like was a big shocker to me. A lot of it was like, I know you guys had to deal with budget, and I know that you couldn't do this, but you know, it was a lot of that shit. But he didn't have there wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't like a bad review, and I've never heard him review. He didn't really comment on the story. He was just talking about like technical shit. But
well, between Full Sail and Mountain Dew, I think we're going to have some pretty good sponsorships for you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was another one earlier. I forget what it was. But, oh, there you go. Is that Newport's?
Whatever's menthol, I don't care.
Is that Newport?
Doesn't matter.
All
Yeah.
right.
Mr. Oblivion's nipple tape provided courtesy of newer gaff tape. It's the best.
That's their motto.
$17 a roll.
Haha, the checks are on the way.
Yeah.
Best for nipples.
Yeah, best for nipples, yep.
Well, it's non-stick, it's great.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Prevents chafing.
Tape for that and the mold skin, if you want me to break that out.
You have a mold for his nipple?
Huh?
Did you say you had a mold for his nipple, or you could make a mold for his nipple?
No, I have medical tape and moleskin for
moleskin.
Like, so it doesn't get any.
All right.
This is going.
All right, no, Mike. I'm sorry, Mike's the makeup guy. He's the effects guy. He'd have the mold for the
nipple mold.
The nipple mold.
I assume he didn't make you guys get nipple molds.
Mike probably has nipple mold.
He's a pretty man, that's for sure.
He probably has mold on his nipples. Maybe.
That's a topic for another show.
Sure. We should probably get back on.
Find out next time.
To the topic for this show.
Find out next time. We'll have a combined interview with you guys. And Randy, is there? Do you have a website or anything where we could view where we can tell people to view your films that you made in school? Because you said it was online, or was it like the Full Sail site?
No, I have two. Well, they ran like a news. They run a. You have to log in. Everybody has to log into the same portal, and there's like a headline of the week that stays there all damn week. So everyone that goes, like millions of people that go to school there, see it every day. They did that and ran stories on it and stuff. I was just saying, I could maybe get a podcast on that. I have no idea.
Wait, so basically you had your valedictorian, everybody hate you because you're blowing the curve, and you were like had the week long film. You had the film of the week.
The headline.
The headliner.
Yeah.
Right. Good call.
I think that's pretty impressive. Fuck those haters, man.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
You gotta shake it off.
Shit, I was just gonna say that.
Because Taylor Swift is gonna be sending us a check now too.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, Taylor Swift is gonna be sending us a cease and desist, I think.
I'm surprised I pulled off that relevant of a pop culture reference. It's not 30 years behind.
I'm pretty impressed.
Did I even answer the question? What was your question?
I don't remember what the question. Chris,
no, because you had previously told me some film school stories, and I asked you guys what your how you got started in film. You told me about the film school, the stories I wanted to get out of you, so we can move on if you want. Eric, I was going to call you Brian.
Why?
Oblivion, Brian Oblivion.
Oh.
It's a special name, man.
Very well. I got
Eric,
you.
Flesh.
You have Audio Drum? Is that your production company or?
That was what he asked.
Yeah.
Weddings. videography.com.
Well,
That's our wedding company page. And then he has audio drum. I have a page of just some of my stuff. I just don't know the link, to be honest.
To clarify that for you, Audiodrome was the name I recorded music under.
okay.
It's like a band name, kind of. So that was there's a. They're on Bandcamp. You can check out. There's stuff on there. My prediction. I did a bunch of short like sketches and stuff. I did under Oblivion Media Group, and they have there's a YouTube channel, or you can just look at Erik Oblivion on YouTube. There's some stuff there. It's kind of scattered around. I'm kind of a digital postmodern hermit. Kind of trying to avoid that's like it's not good, but I haven't really consolidated my digital presence as much as I should have over the past 10 years that's been a thing.
That's what I just made a Wix site just like a month ago, but if you look up my videos, they're on Vimeo and YouTube, but I consolidated them onto one page, which I don't know the link to. That's how
I mean, you can look me up on Facebook or give me a call and I'll send you some tapes, whatever's easiest.
Yeah, no, I think
we'll send it. We'll send all of our audience there.
We're gonna give out your phone number. We'll have them call you for demo tapes.
On the screen, I love it.
That's good.
We'll talk all night.
Do you need to see my social security card again?
Yeah,
yes.
It's your social security card.
100%. Yeah.
So you're saying, like Brian Oblivion himself.
Scott's talking off camera.
Like Brian Oblivion, you have 1,000 tapes everywhere for every occasion, even in the event after your death. Find some of my tapes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Love it. Now how do we know this is you?
On television this time. In the flesh. The new flesh.
Awesome. That was all. Sorry to interrupt, but
Long live.
No. Absolutely. So you guys right now, you're partners in your own in your business. You do your HollywoodWeddingsPA.com?
Yeah. We do a lot of corporate stuff too. I used to have a corporate company, but when anybody asks what our company name is, I just say Hollywood Weddings, and then we get more bookings.
Nice.
It doesn't matter. It gets us more corporate stuff better than saying, "Oh, I have this corporate company too." I don't know why it works that way, but that's how it works here in PA.
Fair enough.
Well, you guys are a Commonwealth, right?
Gotta make money, a man's gotta eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Gotta feed the dog on people. Wait, where'd he go?
Uh-oh, the dog's gone.
Oh, Macho's back there.
Yeah.
How long have you guys had this business?
2016, mid 2016, we started it.
Yeah, it's going on 2 years.
So we had 10 years each combined, wedding experience, second shooting for other people, and shooting I've shot a couple weddings alone. And so we both had our separate. So we both shot weddings before, and then we just came together and formed the company in 2016. But
so when you said when you said second unit stuff, would that be taking a picture of somebody putting a corsage on, or?
Well, that's entirely what wedding filmmaking is. It's
you don't. One of you doesn't shoot the couple, and the other one's all right, come over here and we'll put your hands with the rings.
No, we don't do that stuff at all.
I always had to interview the drunk relatives. That's the job I got. As a small fish. That was fun though.
No, but now I think we just do whatever. We're both. Second shooting was always, to me, it was.
But we do a more filmmaker based approach than a lot of people do. So we do our videos are more you don't just get a Uncle Bob's camcorder version of your wedding day. We cut it together into a documentary. So every one is kind of a short film. So we can make some money and keep our storytelling, editing knives sharp, and
and we also we don't
give a good product.
We try not to make a button video, which is what a lot of the honestly shit I'm tired of seeing with wedding videos is you just see every button getting snapped up.
Mm-hmm.
One cool shot with sunset on the gimbal, a drone fly over, and you're done. That's not a story. That's not a fucking story. I shouldn't be swearing, but
you can swear all you want, man.
It's not an appropriate love
But
story.
I think Just wrap up that if any of your fans are looking for an awesome, radical, totally amazing horror movie themed wedding video, you can look us up.
That would be
Hollywood
sick.
Weddings is your choice.
You can.
And we do travel, and we take that out of our end, by the way.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's important to know.
We've got new prices on our site. I won't mention them, but they're nice and
Dirt
low.
cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap. I said,
Nice.
What do you need to make to live? And what do I need? Okay, that's the price.
So basically, you can get a video for your wedding, or you can get a narrative for your wedding.
Yeah, right. And we actually go do if you want, we have 2 packages, but our higher package then is we go do pre-interviews with them to get their whole pre-love story leading up to the wedding, and then we cut that A-roll over the wedding, and we interview them separately, so it's candid, and we don't tell them what the other said. So it's like every time, no matter who sees it, they're seeing something for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wouldn't have seen any of their partners' interviews. So, but they always go like they always think they're talking about different stuff, but it always like goes exactly like that.
Right.
It's just funny to be like, oh, I'm probably they're always worried. Like, I'm probably so off from what he's going to talk about or what she's going to say, or I don't want to get this wrong. And, like, they say the exact same thing. They cut together seamlessly, so it's like...
Well, they probably knew you're going to be interviewing the other one, so you don't want to...
Well, we don't... They always ask us, they're like, well, are we going to do it together or separate? And I'm like, separate. You cannot be in the room. It just looks better that way because I want a real, candid response, and like I don't want 2 people answering at once. For one, that's an audio nightmare.
Right.
Wait, what? We have 4 people going on right now.
In a situation where
5.
you have to deal with 2 people talking at once like this, I don't know. But that sounds like a pain in the ass.
It's a goddamn nightmare.
I can believe that.
All together now.
I feel bad for whoever's going to edit something like that.
That'll be me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were talking about this.
Or wait, this show or that show, or your wedding
Oh,
thing?
I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, of course.
In that case, I don't feel bad.
Show.
It's a little double entendre there.
Audit me and him using
Not
the
really.
same mic right now. Audit.
We're going to audit this edit.
We're in the books.
I'm going to audit Chris's edit.
IRS is going to find out about our Mountain Dew money. Shit.
All right, for those of you listening in on iTunes, there's 2 cans of Mountain Dew on the table.
I have this sweet little fucking stupid lighter that's it took me a while to figure out what it is because it's like nonsensical, but it's actually a tank. There's an American flag, a tank, and then it says USO, whatever the hell that means. So that's what I picked.
And also, what is that? Downy?
This is wrinkle releaser for the.
Oh, that stuff is great.
Downy. It's great.
Awesome.
If you don't
loves to lick it off the thing when I'm done, and it makes me sick.
Not
I used to
great.
keep my skin so perfectly smooth and something.
Yeah.
You're 100 years old. You look great.
Yeah.
Release all those wrinkles.
We're gonna send this to companies for sponsorship, and then they're gonna like put a cease and desist on our.
Yeah, they're gonna sue us into oblivion.
No.
I'm pretty sure I buy enough of their products here that I'm a qualified customer to do this shit on,
All right. So,
that was good. That's good.
Is it good?
Delicious.
Just out of curiosity, 2 things I want to know. Number 1, do you guys have any future projects coming up? I mean, besides the Hollywood wedding? Besides, I mean, you could tell us about any future weddings you have, but I'm sure the bride and groom or the bride.
Well, we did just do an interview for one. We're shooting a wedding this weekend, but not good.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Talk about
pretty
that.
much always rolling. You guys got more, but I know I'm doing a soundtrack for a documentary right now, and stuff.
There's some like corporate shoots. There's going to be an
shoots.
instructional video, and we do like whatever.
I have some scripts written, some short films that I've been trying to get around to. It's just time. It's never in my favor at this point. So some things like that. I'd like to get some stuff on the festival circuit, just for fun. I know Mike and I, and Randy, we're all have some stuff in the pipeline. I don't know how much of that I can talk about.
I saw the one with Mike. And
there was a feature film Mike and I wrote that we've been trying to get kickstarted a few times. It's kind of coming and going, and it kind of that's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, so we know the next. We know there's a next film. We just don't know which one of these two that we have is going to be first, or it all depends. I think one's totally written out, and I heard marketable. So
yeah, it's pretty exciting, horror sci-fi kind of suspense movie. Really cool. Like I said, I don't know much I'm allowed to talk about, but
you guys are remaking Aliens?
Keep an eye out for it.
We're gonna take the money from that and then make another depressing film, but it's not fully written, but it's about being a creative and how it's not very fun. It's not a fun life. It's not fun. You would think it's fun, but
no.
Not when it never stops. So anyway,
it's the eternal search to get rid of your day job.
I think Mike mentioned that. I don't know. We have a working title of masterwork.
He didn't mention it on our interview, and I don't remember any of our conversations where he actually mentioned it.
Well, either way, it's still just unwritten and up in the air, so it's not like I'm spoiling.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert for movies that'll come out 13 years from now.
And hasn't been written yet. Yeah. Spoiler.
It's in our heads, bro. It's in our head.
Yeah.
It's on a napkin somewhere, don't worry.
Erik, is there anything you can go into about the documentary, or is that nothing you can talk about?
Yeah, it's kind of a piece a good friend of mine has been working on for at least 5 years, possibly more. Kind of traveled the country and interviewed a lot of independent horror filmmakers. So it's really grassroots kind of indie horror filmmaking. And I know Mike was involved in that. He's a pretty big part in it. The guy that was making it filmed us through most of the stall when we were shooting it, so he was always around. So there's going to be a lot of cool behind the scenes from that movie in there. And you get to see, our low points and high points of that movie's production. So that, and
there's also going to be behind the scenes on the Doomsday DVD.
Yeah, there's a pretty extensive behind the scenes cut of that.
Yeah,
Mike's working on.
I think he mentioned he was working on that.
Yeah, we've been getting Facebook posts about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw what he had so far, but that was a month ago.
But yeah,
it sucked.
The doc is really cool. They say a lot of international filmmakers, lots of neat stuff, and the man making it was a fan of my music, and he said, I want very 80s John Carpenter-esque synthy foreboding stuff. And I said, hey, that's my forte. I love it. Yeah. So it was a good fit, and I'm having a lot of fun working on that. But like I said, I can't divulge too much information at this point in time beyond what I just did. And that might have been too much. He might be coming to kill me now.
Yeah.
Well, you could give him a heads up and say he's got until Monday to
Got till Monday at 6.
I'll get a hold of him after this.
You got until Monday.
How much can I say?
He'll be out tomorrow.
Before you break my legs.
It's because I was going to say, definitely want you guys to cut. You guys definitely are welcome back anytime for any show you guys want. But when these things happen, like the documentary, if you guys get any farther with the other stuff, the two of you and Mike want to come on for the Doomsday premiere. You're more than welcome to. Because I know it's going to be released on DVD and Blu-ray in the fall sometime. I did
want to ask you guys. I don't know how much longer we've got here. We're probably at about 40 minutes right now, but I did want to ask you guys about your experience on working on White Doomsday. Kind of what it was like. What your proudest moments maybe of working on a film were, or the things that you loved that you did. And I know as a creative, right, you fucking hate everything that you do and you put out there, and then you see it on screen or whatever. me and Scott try to write, and like I see the shit that I wrote, and I'm like, fuck.
Now my shit's awesome always.
Scott loves his own shit, but you know, like
I mean, I'm super happy with Doomsday. I think it came out great. Really, Mike's vision was crystal clear throughout that whole thing. And really, he's kind of a perfectionist. I mean, really, honestly, it was like a blur for years of just miserable locations. There's a curse every time we shoot anything. The weather is the worst weather that has ever been in this like state, you know, in recorded history.
I have a photo of my.
So I
have a big blue Mountain Dew cooling station, which was just the 3 feet of snow everywhere. So I had Mountain Dew like passed around.
I remember the one day we shot, it was negative 24 degrees, I believe. Like literally one of the coldest days for that point in time, like, you know, in history. I had a hot cup of coffee, like piping hot coffee I got from Turkey Hill, and I spilled it, of course, and it froze immediately, like as it hit the ground. The hot coffee was frozen. It was horrible, and I mean, I had like 10 coats on and everything. I was on set, but the dude Shannon that played Santa Claus only had a flimsy little, like, what is that? Santa Claus Halloween costume. Really thin fabric, was doing nothing for him. He was just visibly in pain the whole time. But goddamn, he was a trooper and did it. And you know, I felt bad for him, but
you got the shot, so
scene, you know?
It's the price you pay for art.
Price you pay, yeah. I mean, we don't pay a lot of prices, but it's good. I remember the bomb shelter we shot in was actually some of the hottest days of the year, and that was in a friend's basement that we had like retrofitted into that set. And the worst part about that was just there was dust everywhere. It was like, I don't know if the floor was dirt or just so dirty it looked like a dirt floor, but either way, you couldn't, we were down there 16-hour shoots locked in this little basement, hot lights, hot days, just coughing up black shit. Like we all had miners long after that.
It killed,
ruined the equipment.
3 gimbal chargers, took out 2 gimbals that were like $3,000 a piece, and then like I was sending this shit back to the companies because like I worked with some of them, and then they were like, "How did you break this already?" And I was like, "And it came that way."
I don't know. I think you got some black dust in here when you sent it to me.
So much dust, and there was a fan in there to charge like the gimbal battery, and it was like the kind of the ones that go on like drones and shit, not like a newer proper one.
Right.
Like kinds that can explode and shit. So there was like dust all in that was sparking and shit.
And I remember the house we filmed in. The abandoned house had no bathroom.
That's my favorite part.
So anytime you had to piss or shit or anything, we were running down to like a Chinese restaurant to walk over. No plumbing, and it was cold and hot.
That was my favorite part of filming Doomsday was when we switched. We got like, we weren't done with the bunker, but we were like done for a little while at least. Because I came in mid bunker, so I had to match lighting that was already existing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really do much of anything. But then when we got to the new place, which we used like all the rooms of, I think. And the stairs and everything.
Yeah, we used to shell those locations.
Once we got to those, I had more freedom on the lighting because I didn't have to match to like what already existed. Which the bomb shelter, we just wanted to be like warm orange, like candlelight. You know, but once we got out, it was kind of, Mike was like, "Yeah, you can kind of." I got to go a little on my own, and I just went like a scene ahead and asked where the people were going to be, the actors, and then would like light it while I'd hear them working on the next one. If they started catching up, I'd like work faster, so I was trying to stay one ahead just to be a jerk. But no, that was fun though, because like that's the bathroom scene with Holly. What's her name in the movie?
In the movie?
Yeah, Holly.
No, Hope.
No.
She ends up being the photographer in the dream.
Yeah. So Holly's her name in the movie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that bathroom scene, I had about 8 hours to light that.
Yeah.
So I went like nuts with it, and I got to use like my Shadow Master foils, but like I didn't. the difficult thing about the whole house is that any light that would be coming in would be from a window or a hole in the ceiling. So I couldn't, there was no electric, so
right.
there could be, that rules a lot out. It rules a lot, especially when most of those were on the second floor, and I can't light from the outside in, except for there was one balcony we used once, I think, for that hallway shot with the thing that you were talking about yesterday.
Also very unstable power supply in that abandoned house. I remember having some breaker issues with that.
Oh yeah, we had one outlet to work off of. So, like,
a bunch of extension cords.
Luckily, by that time, the company Blind Spot that gave me the prototype sent me a whole 6-kit set in addition to that. So I had 7 of those, and they're battery-powered LED. They're basically like Joker lights. They kick extra harsh shadows.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I picked them and used them, like, not exclusively, because I used my airy lights too, but like only where needed. I've tried to just use scorpions to really hammer in the shadows and just make it extra sourcey, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
but they die quick. Sorry. Well, that's the battery's fault, I guess.
That's not your fault,
this
man.
Segment of Late Night with Erik and Randy is brought to you by Giant Brand Cornstarch. Put a little starch in your shirt. Giant's your brand.
But there was one funny thing, like the kid on set, what's his real name? Riley.
Yeah.
In the movie. Okay, so Riley, he like we'd have Sony batteries, but we were powering like too many things with Sony batteries. When the scorpions were all lit, all the lights were lit with them. So it would go out. Like, we'd have a hair light go out. Because there was always one that was on like the little slim battery, you know. So but it was funny because like the child actor by like day 2 with the prototype of the scorpion light, or I don't know, any time that one would go out, he would always notice first. He'd under the light,
yeah,
and he'd be like, "Scorpion's out." And he was, what is he, like 8?
He carried the whole production. That kid was
yeah.
I didn't know what the hell we were doing.
I can't believe he hasn't won I don't know what category that best child actor.
No, best supporting actor. I mean, because we were all.
Yeah, like I feel like he did a really. He was. Yeah.
He did a great job.
I've never had anybody, any client or any talent that I'm working with go, yeah, like be 8 years old for one, and then be like, yeah, the scorpion light just went out, the battery's dead again. You're gonna have to switch it. The other one's over there in the bag. God,
you're like, shut up, kid! Don't tell me how to do my job.
But also, thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'm kidding.
If any of us, it was sometimes they're hard to notice because it would just be like a tiny little like one accent. But
yeah.
From him, like this, like
well, yeah, because he's actually in front of the lights and you're kind of behind it, right?
Well, that's the Airy 150 and that's the Airy 70.
No. I meant on the film. Ree would be in front of the light, so he'd probably be noticing them sooner than you would.
Yeah, so
yeah.
He could see each one brightly.
Right.
I just realized he was being slightly less blinded than he was before.
Yeah, so all of a sudden he's like, oh,
I can see.
Okay, lights out.
Yeah.
Get back on.
It was funny that he called. Like he never was like, oh, the Airy went out, but he would just always be like, one of the scorpions went out.
Yeah.
He knew the specific.
You knew which one was out.
I just thought that
He
was.
took care of all the scheduling, everything.
Ran craft services.
Really, you probably shouldn't be talking about this. You'll probably get in trouble for running the kid into the ground.
Yeah, I'm done talking about children at that point.
Child services doesn't see this.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep it away from them. But yeah, that sounds cool. I like that. It sounds like he was as much of a professional as you can be at 8 years old or whatever. Like that's pretty cool. He had your back, had the tech guys' backs.
Yeah, he killed it. He was great.
He was awesome.
Great time
always
working
knew
with
where
him.
the gaff tape was. I lose that often. Just like little things like that, he would just know. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, really, the whole crew everyone just came together and killed it, especially working for little or no pay on weekends. Yeah. It's just the fact that Mike could muster everybody to do that for like 3 fucking years is a testament to his evil genius.
I went in to test the light for one day, and I wasn't even that happy about it. But then, and then 3 years later, we finished the movie, and the post was a whole year and a whole year itself, whole year and a half.
Yeah.
For a while, we did a ton of sound design. I always say this stat: there are 67,000 Foley sounds in there.
67,000.
Vinyl film. There's 67,000 audio files.
Wow.
Total.
Really?
90% of them are sound design. We sound design every footstep, everything.
Yes. Pretty much completely Foleyed. Everything you hear is pretty much
we
added in post.
Because he scored it, and then we did all the sound design. So it's like almost none of the shots had nat tone, except for like where there's dialogue, but it's not that often in the movie. So, or they're not big parts of dialogue. So,
before we go,
Mike was having a hell of a good time with sound design too.
I'm sure.
I mean, there you may see some videos on the behind the scenes of him possibly wearing no pants with some fingers in a bowl of like goofy noodles. I don't know. You might. That may or may not exist.
Hold on. Was that how he got some of the effects? And also, I said, was that how he got some of the effects? And question 2, if so, how did the not wearing pants help?
I mean, just chill out a little bit.
Well, we actually had to make the sound of jeans rubbing together, and we were so tired of finding shit, going out and shopping. I was like, all right, it's me or you. Just take off one of our pants. Let's go. And he was he was already.
That's Mike.
As I was going, he's already unbuckling. So like, we're like, we need to make jeans rubbing against. Okay, we're gonna rub jeans against each other.
Yeah.
And then we went on to do some sound design.
Mm-hmm.
But then he just kept going with his pants down, and he's like, okay, can you give me that bowl of noodles down? It was right. This is actually right here where we did the sound design. I had like 2 flags around this, and everything was done on this little table. All the chaos of props is like what used to be my office over there. Now it's like gone. But
and then things got weird.
Real quick.
So, yeah, it was a lot of sound design, and then we got to the color grade. So, and that was a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
A lot. We saw it on a Canon 60D. The profile, I didn't choose this profile, but the profile was standard plus 3 saturation. So, like, I don't know. Are either of you guys camera dorks like me?
Not.
Anybody in the room?
I'm not huge into that type of stuff. So
we got a Canon something here, and
basically like this.
I have a general idea of what you're talking.
And a JPEG that you like downloaded from the internet that's at max this big.
Right.
It was like working with that.
It was
As
outdated.
opposed to raw. It's not. It wasn't that. Yeah, it was just like. I mean, it's an old camera. It's a good camera. I used to have the 60D actually, and we did sub in like the 7D Mark II and all the other random cameras I owned during that. But yeah, the color grading was like it was really hard because I had to do it in Lumetri in Premiere, not in Resolve. A lot of the shots were done in Resolve, but we did most of it in Lumetri for time's sake at that point. Because like in I mean, we could go wild in Resolve. Mike would never stop. I don't think he'd be like, "This is a little. Can you make the white a little whiter without blowing it out?" No, it's at 100. So it was just like, just kind of like working with like JPEG type, like cooked in look and stuff, and then I had to try to getting the skin tones was the hardest thing because I'd get the skin tones in and everything else was out of whack. But like it was just so, and also Premiere was at the time their updates that were coming out were kind of wonky. So like the contrast slider was turning up yellow, and like nothing was working as it should in color. So I had to just look at every slider, like basically just might as well have stuck a piece of tape over what the name is, and then just renamed it like contrast yellow. Okay,
Right.
It was really goofy. So it was a very weird way. I don't know. I'm used to editing not always from raw, but at least from a flat. I've always shot flat, log, and then color grade. But so that was fun and painful. But
Fun and painful.
Fun and
That
painful.
Sums it up. 2 words.
I don't even know if
White
I'm happy
Doomsday.
with the color grade, but I think I think I am. It's the best I could fucking do with what I was working.
I mean, I think it was great. I think everything really came out as good as it could have with that movie.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
I think it
now
looked
that
really good.
Now that I know more of what Mike was going for, with the color grade, then I like it more.
Yeah.
Because some of it is just I don't like because it's not my personal style
Mm.
for certain. You know what I mean? Because it was Mike's vision. So.
Right.
It's not like I don't like it, but
Right.
But it did. He's pleased, so that's good.
Yeah. So you want to?
Not to the point where, I think I only have to turn down this one of those sounds 2 decibels for the next festival, and we're good. I think we're finally done revising.
Oh, you're done with the.
Each screening, he'd come back and be like, "This one where she sighs there, can you go down 2 decibels?" This theater was really bassy and so it was just fun.
I actually know it from editing and doing music and so forth. I know it's 1 or 2 decibels actually does make a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 3 is what's audible difference to the human ear, supposedly, and then so 2, I'm always really 2, but it's it does make a difference.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating when those 2 things are can you just turn down all his footsteps throughout the movie? It's let me go highlight 60,000 clips.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Yeah. So, well, Mike sat next to me the whole time, and my dog sat next to him, jealous because he thought that Mike was my new girlfriend. Because Mike was over every Sunday, and just sat over my shoulders all day and told me what to do. So it's very much the same.
Right.
So
Right.
He was confused. He got jealous. He's territorial. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. So that was a little weird.
I mean, now the story's getting good. We got a love triangle going.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, where's Macho in all this?
Well, my dog fucking hates Mike. Because when Mike comes over, that means we're doing sound, so the dog has to go in the crate.
Yeah.
There we are. Or he's coming over and we're going to edit. And then Mike is literally basically sitting
On your lap.
yeah,
On your hip.
on my lap.
Yeah.
That's how we edit.
You saw my couch upstairs. There's not much room.
Yeah.
And we both had to see the shitty little screen that I have. So that was good times.
Editing is fun.
Yeah, I thought we were done way back with the editing because way back Mike had cut it and he asked me to come over.
Editing is never done.
And just do. Well, I thought we were done with the
Deadlines.
the cut.
That's when it's done.
But he actually had me over and I sat there for 14 hours straight. I clipped out 13 seconds, but all in 2 frames, 3 frames here and there. Ordered moved a couple things around, and I thought that was going to be the final cut.
No.
That would never. I mean, it ended eventually, but I don't care. I have more fun. I'd rather do this shit any day than anything else in the world. So even the shitty cold days on set and the disgusting ass basement, it's I'd rather be in a disgusting ass basement getting paid nothing than be at fucking McDonald's right now or something. Or I don't know.
This is good times. Good times.
That sounds awesome, guys. No, really, it does. I mean, I know from doing this and so forth. I mean, we're not, we all have day jobs still, so it's you do this stuff because you love it. You don't really, you hope it's going to take you away from your day job at some point. But if you don't love what you do, you don't do it.
Yeah.
You don't go down that road.
That's why we do the weddings for our day job.
Right.
Then we can still literally well, it's Pennsylvania, so that's one of the only ways to make money with video here. Really, unless you want to go like big time corporate or stuff I don't prepare for.
Let's see.
Film stuff videos.
But I'm saying to Erik, even I was like, well, we can keep our camera skills sharp. We keep testing through. I'm always testing at every wedding, testing a new profile, new something, new light, new something, whatever. So it's like it's a nice way to keep up. I can't do anything where I'm not filming. I refuse. So
Right.
I do weddings. Well, as long as they let me.
As long as you keep getting into weddings, you keep filming them.
All right, gentlemen. Well, listen. We probably should cut this. I could talk to you guys all night, but that'll also give you an excuse to come back.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Part 2 coming up. I mean, we got to find out. Hey, wait.
Good sign off.
What did you say?
I said I do have to take a deuce.
Yep.
That's a great sign off.
That is.
Well, I want to thank Randy Rock and Erik Oblivion for joining us tonight. We'll put the links up to your businesses, and White Doomsday is going to be released on DVD and Blu-ray in the fall. In the meantime, if you'd like their services in wedding, and it won't just be like a couple button shots and a drone, it'll be a full narrative. Go to HollywoodWeddingsPA.com.
Or if you want to film your snuff film. Sounds like. I mean, I don't want to.
You
just hit me up.
Or if you're having an interesting, like, themed wedding or something really cool, or
a snuff wedding.
That's awesome.
That would work in with the video drum.
It's great. Ask me about it.
What'd you say? Wait, what was that?
I feel like we could cut that part. Like,
Now we're keeping it.
A wedding and a funeral package.
it's just
Exclusively at Hollywood Weddings.
We've been trying to get into the death business. I did get hired for a gig. My latest gig that I got booked for was something involving someone dying and me filming shit with them. Haven't heard anything. Might be too late.
You got to get in there early.
Well, if all else fails,
I pissed them off when I invoiced them that night. I mean, I figured it has to be done at some point. While they're talking to me about price, I might as well just do it right then.
Right.
Well, I mean, like, what's an appropriate time?
You got to ask to be written into the will.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be better.
And if all else fails, maybe you can kick in the porn industry and, as well the snuff films. And
They don't look too happy with that one.
they don't look too happy with that one. So you're going to stick with the snuff films.
Just snuff films, no porn.
It'll probably be less awkward.
We'll do the weddings as a day job, snuff films off the record, and then regular films.
Porn in between. Keep the door open.
Depends on how much they pay.
It's not legal to, we can film it here, but we can't distribute it.
Well, I mean, they said they're going to blur our faces and voices this whole time.
Oh, I lied about that. I have no idea how to edit. This is going up raw.
Also, we're a distributor.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We're a distributor.
www.HollywoodWeddingsPA, all your pornographic death wedding needs. .com.
I like it.
All right. All right, before we implicate ourselves into anything
Any further,
yeah, because if anything happens after this, then we're to go.
Throwing around the word premeditated.
I mean, you guys just asked us to come out here and be ourselves. I feel like I did that, and now you're saying I'm being implicated in crime. I don't know where this is going, but
bullshit. I've never been treated this way.
never.
But you're going to come back on the show, right?
yeah, we need you back.
Great, love the show.
We
We
need-
love you guys.
But
We need you to return to the scene of the crime.
I love sitting around being goofy. This is a good time. You guys have an awesome show. You do good work.
We'll get the lobs figured out a little cleaner next
Yeah,
time.
guys, thank you.
Well, gentlemen, it is a pleasure. Please come back. We will continue this silliness. Loved having you on the show. And
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
I'm Chris Morgan. Been here with Stephen Hermosi.
Oh yeah, we have to do a sign off.
Yeah, we
Goodbye.
got to do a sign. We're real professionals here. Randy Rock and Erik Oblivion, gentlemen, pleasure.
All right, we are signing off.
Editing and engineering by Christopher Morgan. Music by Christopher Morgan. Check us out on YouTube and iTunes for the shows, and on Facebook and Twitter for updates. Or mods?